why he starts running. Why these people? Well, just as a clarifier, why these guys play Misango, I don't know. But yeah, and if I'm correct, Nylis uses I could be hella wrong on this, but slap, tri-bolt, and something else. Yeah, kablam. So here we go, round 1. So okay, yeah. So this is Spring Stadium. For anybody that is maybe new here, by the way, this is a map that benefits people who, well, not really anyone. It can be an aggressive map, but you know, the springs benefit, you know, 2 characters that have good grabs as well, so you can rush confirm. But characters like Mummy and Cobra is a lot harder. And I've actually just realized that Nylis is running the Bite and Bark. I was expecting the Mango Mirror, but here we are, which is actually a lot more fun, I guess, because nobody wants to watch a Misango, you know, Mirror. Who wants to watch that? Come on, no, to be fair, nobody really wants to watch a Bite and Bark. You know, I'm very biased in this. But yes, Mango takes the first round pretty convincingly. That nade's going to be a huge factor in this matchup specifically, especially knocking down Bark. Even like the aftermath explosion of that, you know, the little deflect it has. That's why it's so good in the matchup. But you know, obviously with the blue mask, it makes Misango very fast. I think he matches the speed of Ninjara, who I believe is the fastest character in the game. I don't really pay attention to low tier characters, as you can tell. But no, he does have some good tools that can really help you out. So obviously your blue mask giving you tons of speed. Your yellow mask making you kind of invulnerable to rushes, and your rush will always win for a certain period of time. I don't know if we've all seen many Twitch clips Twitter clips of that mask not always working after, I don't know if it's a certain frame or just it's got a time limit on it, I don't actually know. And then Red Mask obviously giving him armor and making him a heavy. Mango will take that first one. Not quite sure what Nylis was trying to go for at the end. I mean, he obviously knew that JK had rush up, right? So that makes things a little bit more awkward on his side. I get, you know, you still want to apply that pressure because you want to sit there and go, well, I'm not scared of your, you know, I'm not scared of your rush, right? So you do keep going in, but Nade obviously does have better homing. Obviously, when the last patch came out, which was like a decade ago, they did increase the homing on it, which I still don't know why to this day. I mean, the arm is literally like top 2 in the game. Top 3, obviously, but you know, that's it. Outside of Tri-Blast, probably. But yeah, anyway, jumping back in, same arm, same set. Now we move over to Scrapyard, a map that, you know, that is legal for some weird reason in actual tournaments. But yeah, this is, you know, you have 2 pillars, and then you have obviously your high ground, and kind of like, you know, like your like slightly more dipped versions of the area. I would say it's quite an aggressive map, but can be used very defensively at the same time, depending on. I'd say it will always come down to like the arms you're using, which are you're trying to defend with. But you know, the high ground really does help because the arms clip up, right? So it clips underneath it, and sometimes your arms just don't work. Your rushes get clipped underneath it. But yeah, it's a fair map. It's a fair map. Anyway, Nylis absolutely annihilating JK in that first one. He's making a statement. He's like, "No, I don't care about that first game. That was just a warm up for me. I'm about to take you down." Oh, so obviously you do have Bark, which people consider really useless, but he does have some weird moments where he can knock you out of grabs and rushes, and it's very awkward. But this is where the power of the nade comes in a lot. I mean, JK to win this, it just needs to use the nade as the primary tool just to keep Bark out in a way, or just ignore Bark. People seem to think, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to get rid of Bark, I've got to do that, and like, you really don't. Most of the time, you can just ignore the dog, and it just won't do anything. But to people who know, like, you know, who have experimented and kind of like labbed it a bit, Bark can be really good in certain situations. But that's the problem; he's just very situational. And JK takes that round, going, "Nah, you want to kick my ass in the first game? I'll kick your ass in this one." So final round, second game, right? So it's 1-0. So Nylis it doesn't even really matter if Nylis wins this. I mean, this is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. So, but showing that you can adapt early on really is the difference in this. And I've noticed Nylis is doing a lot better when he's using Bark to his advantage, obviously with the deflect, but that's where, you know, Mango does come in with the nade. And, you know, I doubt we'll see much in terms of arm switches at any point during this, because Mango is pretty much, you know, he will pretty much only use that set. Nylis, I don't really know as much because I don't really remember his Misango loadout. But that was a very good comeback there. He's showing that he's in this for the long run. So that's 1-1. Nylis is like, nah, you're not taking me down. And you're going to have to do it over a very long time. I mean, if I'm correct, which I'm probably not, I'm pretty sure the last first to 10 they did literally went like 9-9, 10-9, 10-8, something like that. So we're in for a long one, unless somebody decides that, you know, they're just going to have a mauling session. Yeah, so it's now not backroom rules. It's now we're using everything except Cinema, Redacted, and what's it? Snake Park. That's it. Because you will have fun on that map, and I'm not quite sure how. Snake Park makes bad players good. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Snake Park makes bad players good. But anyway, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, I guess. But yeah, so this map is going to be a bit more awkward. Bark obviously can, you know, Bark's just Bark, but Bark can get clipped behind objects. So obviously when he throws his toaster out of his mouth, obviously it will knock down anything incoming, provided you block it. But there are moments where Bark can get caught behind pillars and boxes, like on DNA, Temple, stuff like that, where he can get caught behind it, and he's just made obsolete at that point. So I don't personally think the Red Mask is going to do much in terms of this matchup. Well, not even this matchup, just the arms, because that slap works pretty well on Bite and Bark. So he's better off just using the Blue Mask and just playing, you know, the faster game, because that will really help just take Bark out of the game, right? Because he's not going to be fast enough to move or do anything. But yeah, so look, that's where the nade needs to come into it properly. Using the Blue Mask, I think he'll benefit from using the Blue Mask more than anything. Obviously yellow as well, depending, you know, rush situations. But I mean, look at the, you know, the dodges already. He needs to. I think he just needs to focus on knocking down Bark and then just taking, and then, you know, then playing your game and move forward. Because when Nylis is you know, when he's on Bark's head, he's literally like, he does control a lot of the neutral, and he does control a lot of the game. But that's where, you know, other good Bite and Bark players also use him, like how Nylis is using him. But I don't know. I just don't see the appease for both of these characters. But in terms of good players, these are both two of the best in Europe and two very world-class players. So it's just nice to see him go toe-to-toe. That match was a mauling. So even though Nylis got hits in here and there, got him down to, you know, half health, 2/3 health, whatever, for me, JK didn't lose a foot in that. You know, Nylis was just in that game the whole time, which is the best part. Because he's showing that it doesn't matter how much damage you're going to do to me, I'm still going to do enough to beat you. And JK's already ready just to go back in. And I think we're going back to Spring Stadium, where I think this is where, I don't know, let's see how this game goes first, and then we can probably determine. So Kablama can be a bit more awkward because obviously it can blow you up, as well as the nade also. But, you know, without anything kind of just in the way and a very small compact map, providing Nylis can get his game going and not let JK like do this, put the red mask on where he's got armor and then just hit you in the face with a nade, it can be good. But this is also where I think a lot of players, you know, they just like to use their own set, right? They're like, oh, well, this is the set I'm best for, this is what I'm good at. And I'm like, well, but you can adapt with other sets, right? If you're trying to win a long set, if you're trying to win even a short set, you know, knowing when to change up your arms and stuff like that is also what helps. And obviously, Nylis is just going to stick with what he's best with, same as Mango. But I'm hoping I see some difference in arms at some point in this tournament, in this first attempt. Because right now, Mango's nade is doing all the damage. Slam is also doing a lot as well. Oh, it was a poorly timed rush. Mango knew it was coming, and this is looking bad. It's looking really bad for Nylis right now, and we're only in game 4. Game 4. So hopefully Nylis brings this one back. Mango can get a nice little rush combo here if he wants to, which, you know, it's probably the easiest rush combo in the world, but it still does hefty amounts of damage. But we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, Nylis is good at using the tribal. Obviously, you wanna, because Bite's movement is very restricted, and he feels very stiff when moving with him. So trying to play like the uncharged arm with bolts, which is honestly like one of the best things that they're used for, a bit like the Popper or the Hydra, it's a little bit harder with his really stiff movement. So I don't know. We're gonna have to just see how it goes. Kind of, you know, Nylis can take this with the rush. I don't really think. Well, okay, he might need to spend the rush, but now this is where I think Nylis has to bait out the rush. Nylis has to bait him out of the rush. No, never mind. I don't get why JK didn't just rush him when he had the chance. JK's trolling. I'm calling he's trolling. He's inting, he's throwing. But, I mean, he could have won that there. I don't know. Nylis bringing that round back. Played it really well. He baited out the rush, which is what you should always do with a Mango. Within reason, give or take, depending on how the game's going, you know, etc, etc. I mean, I'll always try and bait out a rush on a Misango if they're good enough. If they're, like, mediocre Misangos, then I don't really need to worry. But against a good Misango, they will make you work for that. So, JK did get caught out there. And good play there on the mix-up with Nylis, because this is where it's also going to come down to who's mixing up their options the most as well. But this is how JK plays is very much, you know, his left and right movement. He's very good at moving. His movement is very good, which is what frustrates me when he's not always, very rarely has, like, I mean, if you're going to just play like this without really using the masks often, then you might as well just play a different character. If he had blue mask on all the time, I think he would be like 20 times the player he is now. But obviously, you know, I'm not the one playing the character, and I'm not the person. So, all good. Beautiful play there. Inconsistencies now. Now this actually swings in the favor of Nylis, and it does, because he gets the nice little jump forward with the rush, which probably would have negated the blast anyway from the nade. So tying it up 2-2. Nylis playing very well there, bringing it back, and I can see this going toe to toe. But if Mango does what he does, like he did in the scrapyard, maybe map depending will work. But we'll see when it gets to more maybe legal stages, because all we're getting right now is Spring Stadium, and I'm turning Spring Stadium off after this. Because that's like, what, the third in a row for Spring Stadium? I mean, there are other maps, people. There are other maps. But this is going to be a slugfest, though. It's going to be a pure slugfest. Beautiful little 1-2s with the tribal. Really underrated thing to do. You don't always need to go for a grab when you're using a tribal. You know, you can just use the knockdown and move in position-wise, right? Especially when you're stuck in a corner, especially on a small map. I think it works really well. And right now, Nylis is showing. He's like, look at this. I'm not going to let him get away with everything. But a lot of it is JK just throwing the punches into areas and Nylis kind of moving into it. Because Nylis is also a very big neutral heavy player, so it's interesting. Nylis is showing that his bite and bark right now. Yeah. Yep, Nylis will need to win another rematch in 2 years. If he wins. But we'll see. We'll see. We sit at 2-2 and Nylis now has the lead. Oh, actually, you know, I'm saying Nylis, right? Like his name isn't Bouncy Chickens. Everybody, this is Bouncy Chickens. This is not Nylis, this is Bouncy Chickens. Everybody needs to remember that this is Bouncy Chickens. But yeah, it's this. He's just the red mask is. I think he needs to start charging his arms up a lot more. He has a nade, so JK does need to start using the nade properly, because even then, just look at the damage, 150, and it forces you to play differently, because that's what a nade does. That additional explosion is huge. So I don't know. He seems very focused on trying to knock down Bark right now, and I think he needs to just focus on Bite. He needs to focus on the person with the arms in front of him, because that's what's catching him out right now. But oh, solid little. See now this is that puts him in favor. But the problem is that nade homing. That nade homing does it all. I mean, this feels like a winners finals, man. 2-2 last round. It's nuts. These guys are just going at it. Hopefully we'll get some different maps after, and we'll see exactly how, you know, they're going to adapt to each other. Which is, oh, what a grab. What beautiful play there as well. That was actually huge. Actually huge. The way it, you know, he was able to get over Bark. Bark still gets hit with the explosion. It didn't matter. He gets the grab and then gets the nade, then gets the rush confirm. I mean, look at the health right now. You know, that's... Okay, not as much as it was, because Nylis has literally taken like non-stop damage since that rush. But stuff like that really works. Solid. He's got the health lead. Rush won't kill, but this is where you know, they both have rush. Obviously, Mango's going to try and get on that yellow mask. It was close. Not gonna lie, I don't really remember watching. I'm just kind of looking at other things. I didn't actually see the numbers of that rush. I'll need to go back and rewatch it. But nearly 500, if you say. And then obviously the additional 20. And then the grab obviously to start. That's a lot of damage. And Nylis goes up 3-2. Nylis goes up 3-2. I am taking off Spring Stadium, by the way. Just because, yeah. Yeah. So I'll kind of do like a 2 to 3 stage where I'll take them off for a few games and then put them back on after. But yeah, Spring Stadium over and over is not fun. I'd already planned on taking it off, but it's all good. So we go in, right? Mathish, you need to change the layout. Lovely. So we're 3-2 to Nylis, and Mango was on the front foot for the whole start of this. But now we come into a map that has pillars, has a slight high ground, and dips in the floor, which is weird to me because this map, all round, I think is just a perfectly balanced map. Well, I'd say Buster Beach and Sparring Ring are more balanced maps, but I think this map offers a bit of everything. You know, pillars for defensive play. It's not the biggest map, but it's not small, so you can play a really nice neutral game on it as well. You can go hella aggressive if you want. It offers a lot, and that's why probably a lot of people enjoy playing on it. I don't, because I hate... When I'm playing a game like ARMS, I don't like to think, I just like to do. And playing on this map just makes me have to think a lot more, and I can't be bothered. ARMS usually doesn't so stack damage. If it's a flurry of a rush, it does it not? Or did that reset? I think it would only reset with the slap, right? Because obviously it's not a flurry. I don't actually know. But yeah, okay, so JK takes the first round. He's looking to tie us up 3-3. Now, the pillars are disappearing, and this is where I think, you know, now this is going to be a little bit more awkward as well, because Bark actually, very much like DNA as well, bot can kind of go on like a slant on like the steps, and it's really awkward because sometimes it will just like shoot it up or a weird angle, or sometimes like a Hydra or something will like won't clip him. It can be really awkward. But in terms of creativity, I think two of the creative characters in the game. You know, you got a robot policeman and a dog that shoots a toaster out of its mouth. Just a friendly reminder that the dog does shoot a toaster out of its mouth. Okay. And you know, Misango has 3 different masks to choose from, which is very interesting. That gives you a different ability. I mean, every mask sacrifices something, right? I think at the same time. So obviously, with being a heavy, you sacrifice your speed. With being on the blue mask, I think I don't know if his arms get a little bit smaller or what, but unless it's just an all-round good one. And obviously, everyone says that yellow you lose your neutral, right? I'm not entirely sure how you lose neutral, to be honest. How does putting a yellow mask on make you lose neutral? Unless it's been shown that he moves, you know, unless his hitbox is changed. I don't actually know. But yeah, JK tying it up 3-3. Now we're getting a game on our hand. This is literally a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I will take Temple off. Did we play on Ribbon Ring, right? So I'll take Ribbon Ring. But yeah, this is it's going interesting. But yeah, I hope everybody in the chat's doing well as well. Come to witness destruction today, as we always love to do a first to 10. I've not done a first to 10 in some time. First to 10s are fun, but you know, we ain't all got time for that. Oh, so his dashes and his like actual hops are short. Okay, right. Okay, that's interesting, really. I guess you sacrifice some, you know, a strong part in your neutral then, I guess, to give you a rush that actually isn't even foolproof because you can still get knocked out of it. Wow, this game really likes to screw over the fucking the small players. Excuse me, sorry my language there. My apologies. That was just a little bit funny. Okay, so as we jump back in, neither arms are being changed. Now, I understand why Mango's not putting on the roaster. I think the nade in this situation is better. And I don't think... and I don't really think the Clablammer is going to do much in this sense. Maybe help on the rush front. Because, you know, slaps or slaps in general, slam slap, are very inconsistent rushes. And probably has the worst double rush in the game. But when it hits, it's a fantastic rush, I tell you. Wait, red makes your jumps worse as well. Ah, I see. But then again, I guess you do gain the increase in girth and the armor, which, you know, is understandable. So, I still think Blue Mask is his best mask. And obviously you have that weird little dash you do that can make you zoom halfway across the map. Which I think is brilliant, and I don't actually see a lot of Misangos do it. There's literally only a few Misangos that actually really abuse that factor on him, and I think a lot more people should be doing it. And I think it'll get a lot more out of the character as well. I think Mango really needs to start slowing down a bit more. He's very just wants to keep going, throwing on. And he really doesn't need to. And Nylis is starting to realize that, I think. I mean, on every single wake-up you will ever see Nylis do, he will always throw an arm or throw a grab. Almost every single one. But that's just how he plays, I guess. We all do it at some point. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the same with any mask. It is purely situational. But I do think blue is the best one. I think with the arms that Nylis is using right now, I think blue would be his best one. If he had a nade or something, Tri-Blast, yeah, fair enough. I'd say use red. Or a Chakram. Even like Tri-Bolt, like it's not the end of the world. But, you know, we'll see. I'm going to take... Wait, where did we just go? We were just at... wait, what map were we just on? I'm going absolutely... Scrap. Scrap. Yes, scrap. That was it. My apologies. I'd actually forgotten what map we just played on. Ah, we moved on to Ramen Ball. I think Ramen Ball and Scrapyard are the two worst maps in the game. In actual legal maps, anyway. I think they are both the worst absolute maps in the game. Or stages, whatever you want to call it. This is the same also where Bart is really hard to hit when he's down there in like certain situational moments where, you know, sometimes your arm just ain't got a clue what it's doing. It doesn't know where it's going, it doesn't know anything. But this is what I was saying earlier, right? Where Nylis needs to start using that tribal more uncharged, I think, when he's playing, when he's not on Bart's head. And he's starting to do that a lot more. Like, you saw it in the last game, you're seeing it in this one, you saw it in the game before that as well. His movement is getting a lot better. He's starting to read those arms. But look, this is where Mango is just... He's content with just wanting to throw punches over and over and over and over and over and over. You know, he doesn't want to stop. I get, you know, it's arms, yeah? Yeah, you throw arms, yes, we get that, okay? But you can, you know, Nylis blocks. Sounds really silly, but you don't see Mango block that much. I think the little things like that will really start to help. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, he's blocked. But it's the little things like that, right? I think Mango is playing just a little too aggressive, and Nylis knows now kind of how he's going to go around it. I think it's more so Nylis is just getting caught out with some hits. I think that's just all it is. I think in terms of a neutral game and, you know, overall how the game is just going as a whole, at no point in the last few games I would have said Nylis is not in control, you know. Bite and Bark is still... Ramen Ball is just an awful map. It really is just an awful map. But, I mean, Nylis is one round away from going up into, like, 2 sets. Being up 2-3 sets, that's, you know, that can be a mental drain. Because then you realize, oh, well, I'm playing more games, but I've still got to win, you know, 7 more. And it can be a very big pain. But yeah, let's see if... I'm interested to see if Mango... Because obviously, Nylis has also been playing on the inside a lot more, which is, I think, going to benefit him. Especially when he's jumping on Bite's head, or Bog, whatever it is. Obviously, not only with the defect, but obviously it's a lot harder to hit him when he's down there. And obviously, most of the time, it is just going to home to the actual player more than it's going to home to the dog. But this is where I think Misango, or JK, I should say, will be a bit more comfortable. He needs to get him out of that middle, and he needs to kind of move into the middle. It's a bit like fighting a Helix, right? Fighting Helix on this stage should be banged. As soon as Helix is in the middle, it's just escape over. Oh, my apologies. Okay, Mango does have the health lead. He has the rush lead as well. I would like to see these guys, you know, building rush meter a bit differently. You know, nobody's really whiffing a grab on Wake Up, and I think people should do that a lot more. I think Nylis really... I don't understand why Nylis isn't just running in and trying to... Okay, never mind. But I was going to say, he had the shield break. Nylis was... Mango wasn't in Yellow Mask. He probably should have just tried to go for the break. I think he still would have got it anyway. But that takes it up to 5-3. Oh, my apologies. I was up very early this morning. But, yeah, 5-3. Now, if this was the first to 5, which is not, Mango would have lost. Oh, guess that. No, but in all seriousness, Mango needs to slow down his play a lot more, I think. Goes a bit slower. He's just want to throw an arm, want to throw an arm, want to throw that. You don't need to play like that every 5 seconds, okay? You don't need to do that. And I think once he starts slowing it down a bit more, I think he'll be fine. But we will see. Now we move over to the best map in the game. Buster Beach. outside of that weird little thing in the middle that manages to clip your arms at times. This is an all well-rounded map, in my opinion. You can play defensive, offensive, have a great neutral. You know, you don't have to overextend on this map. But you can go hella aggressive. You know, it's great. This map is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And plus, it's a beach. You know, there's a reason it's called a beach. You know, everybody wants to go to the beach. And you always want to take your dog to a beach. So, yeah. And weird man with mask. So, as we're starting, JK is catching him out a lot. I think the slam is doing a lot more than I thought it would. Oh, I've just noticed he switched to the roaster, which I don't think that was the right thing to do. It might work for him. Obviously, roaster being faster than the nade as well. I don't think speed was a problem. I just don't think he was being, you know, as aggressive. When you knock down Bark, that's when you should go in, you know. But now he's lost that factor of, you know, my explosion now isn't going to knock down Bark. Yeah, he's going to be able to knock him down in other ways, but I think it's still going to be a little bit more difficult. And I think this is where Nylis needs to go in and use Bark to his advantage now. Beautiful. Oh, wow. See, that was beautiful. Manages to clip him out. See? Oh, see, look at that. He read him like a book because he knew straight away, oh, he's going to throw an arm and wake up. So that's what he does. So JK, obviously, he's probably not watching the stream and these guys aren't probably listening to me right. But I think if they slow down how much they throw, you know, how much JK is throwing his arms on wake up, I think he might be able to turn the tides a bit because he's looking to go 6-3 down right now. See, how did that catch him? How did that catch him? You know, now Bark is down. This is where you want to be a lot more aggressive. Knock the dog down. But I do like the fact that Mango is kind of ignoring the dog in a way. Like, he's not like, oh, I need to knock the dog down. Need to knock the dog down. Because, you know, that's, you know, it's not that big of a deal. And that's why I say having a nade is the best thing, because you'll just knock him down anyway with the additional explosion. It really doesn't matter, and you can literally just pretend he's not there. And you know, it's not often that the dog is going to do much, but you know, there are things you can do. Mango is in well control of the lead right now. I don't really think he needs to spend rush. He really doesn't. He's like, what? One charged hit away, two uncharged, that push. One uncharged. There you go. And he ties it up. So that was a much better round from Mango. And I would like to see Nylis bring the Klablammer out. The Cablab, whatever the hell you want to call it. But yeah, nice little combo there. Obviously, his rush probably wouldn't have confirmed all the way there. But now he's really catching these wake-ups. And this is good. Much better from Nylis. Working on a perfect. Commentator curse is coming in. Nah, you can see it. You can see from the way he's moving. He wants this perfect. He wants the perfect. I mean, his rush... Oh, never mind. But you can see... Look at this round from Nylis. This is beautiful. This is just Mango trying to do too much at once. Like, slow it down a bit, you know? But I think that's just, you know, that's just Mango's playstyle. That's how he's always played. But what I would love to see from Mango is bring out the Springman. Please, but I'd love to see the Springman. Because you see such a different style. Double glove Springman. I live for a double glove Springman. Obviously, a lot of people don't. And that rush was just hella unfortunate. Beautiful grab. Is that dead? No, he's magic pixel basically right now. Oh, he catches him out. He tried to go around. Solid play there from Nylis. He's up 6-3. JK really does need to change something up. I'm going to try and convince Mango to switch to Springman. So Buster Beach is out. Obviously, once we get all the maps out of the way, I will probably just chuck a load back on after that. Springman, bring the spring. I want to see the Springman. Consider the fact that he was a Springman main to start with. I would like to see a Springman. But this is turning into a walkover right now. 6-3, I think. It's could be going better for him. It really could be going better for him. Kind of want to. Ooh. I guess we'll see what happens. This is, you know. It's 6-3. Excuse me. Yeah, you're right. I actually agree there. It is. It's 6-3, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's 6-3. It's either 6-3 or 6-2. It's 6-3. It is 6-3. It is 6-3. To not honest. But yeah. Sadly, this is, you know, but yeah, Riffer, I agree there. I don't understand the point of him playing Misango to neglect most of the masks. I agree. And Benny, I do apologize. This is just how JK plays. That's kind of why I want him to. But his playstyle is very aggressive. Like the way he wants to play is just very 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. But he's not using the right character for it, and he's not using the right arms for it. He has no reason to be using that slap if that's kind of like his playstyle. But in terms of actual knowledge of the game, though, his movement is very good, and he does know what he's doing. But I do agree when I say he needs to start using the masks more. Like at no point I feel like he's tied down. Like, do I feel like Nylis has tied him down at all? So even though I would say Nylis is in control at 6-3, I don't really feel like you know. But we'll see how it goes along. And if the winner wants to, I will happily play them in a game and show people what a real fun character looks like. Dr. Cole. But no. Okay, arms weak. He's got rush. He's gonna take it with the rush as well. Solid play there from Mango to react with the jump and then rush. I'm surprised by Nylis running in like that. Like, he probably got the knockdown and thought he could get away with it and try and pressure, not thinking that JK would just rush. This map is not going to benefit. Well, to be fair, this map just benefits whoever's in the middle. But you can play the keep out in it. You know, you can run around and play a little bit more defensive and catch your opponent off guard with certain mix-ups and movements. I still think JK needs to switch over to the nade, but Nylis does have rush. But let's see how he does it. I mean, this is what happens when he's not on Bark's head at times. So that now, like that's what he needed. He needed the blue mask, and the blue mask will just help him move around that so much easier, especially when he's on top of Bark. Because of that janky movement he can do. You can beat Coil. Coil is beatable. Straight up. Coil is top 2 in the game, top 3 in the game, but yes, it is what it is. She's top 2, but Twin Tail beats her in the matchup. Twin Tail beats her, especially if it's a good Twin Tail. A good Twin Tail with good arms will beat her. But yes, good rush, nice homing there on the roaster, and can take it. But I'm also not here to talk about Coil. I'm not getting into a Coil situation again. But yes, moves up to 6-4. Better play from Nylis. Grill knows she's top. She is top 1. Okay, yes. Okay, she's the best character in the game, but she's not unbeatable. Twin Tail still beats her. But that's a story that's off stream. That's an off stream story. That is an off stream story. Okay. Anyway, as we go back in, it is 6-4. I need to take Sky Arena off. Like I said, Riff, I'm not getting into it. We're here to support this. This match doesn't So Nylis just put in a Discord because of somebody else putting something in the chat saying, this match doesn't count. Air was leaving my nostrils for the entire round because something I just read in the Discord chat. Not gonna lie, I had a chuckle at it, Nylis. I had a chuckle. It was a little bit funny. But it's still 6-4. We gotta hold that. You gotta bring it back. I do think. Okay, yeah, okay. In the neutral, she's utterly frustrating to play against, but I think she's a fun. But yes, we move back in. We're 6-4. We're on the most aggressive stage in the game. Probably favors obviously like a lot more aggressive players, characters, Max Brass, Springman, like a Twin Tail, that kind of thing. But obviously, it is quite a well-rounded map. You can play defensive on this map, it's just not advised, in my personal opinion. But this is where Nylis is going back in. He's using Bark to his advantage. But now we're kind of on like a level ground, in a way. I think JK should put the nade back on. I'm going to keep saying I think he needs to put the nade back on. But... oh, good read. Good read on the grab. Takes the life lead, only ever so slightly. I'm not sure why he's put the red mask on there. I think this is where you put on the blue mask. Obviously, that additional speed will help you get out of rushes. And JK is literally known for constantly wanting to get out of rushes. I think Nylis should spend rush here. But obviously, he may not need to. But one hit either side will probably end this. There we go. Nice little read there. Any predictions for the outcomes? I think it'll be 10-5 to Nylis. If Nylis takes this round, I think it'll be 10-5 to Nylis. And that's only because at this point, I don't really feel like JK is really changing anything up. I think Nylis is the one that's adapting more, but just kind of getting caught out by the better arms. Like, I literally think that's it. Yeah, he's like you. He's very much like you, Ripper. He likes to wait with his rushes. And I guess use them a bit more defensive. Whereas someone like me, as soon as I've got rush, I'll just go and use it. Because you build rush so quickly in this game. So, you know, just use it, in my opinion. See, so as it currently stands, it's 3-0 in favor of Nylis. I'd love to see Mango change this up and really go a bit different, but I don't really see him doing anything. He's just... I love watching JK play. He's a great player, but I think if he's going to play like this, he should just switch to Springman. He's not really doing much, you know. Yeah, like, it's... it can... Wait, like, holding a rush can work in your favor, but like I said, everything in this game is just super situational. There's not one thing I would look at in this game and go, yeah, this is better than this, always do this. JK is my boy, Nylis is my boy. But JK is getting his ass whooped right now. He needs to change it up. I'm going to say it again. Spring, man, please bring the spring out. Bring the Springman out. Have a proper deflect. Oh yeah, definitely. There were a number of moments where throughout this entire first attempt so far, there have been a number of moments where Nylis could have broken shield and won the round, won the set, rushed when he had an opportunity to. He won a number of them and lost, I think, one of them as well, where he didn't use a rush and he's just too patient with the rush. I get a lot of people like to play and be like, oh, I don't like rush, you know. Bro, it's in the game. Use it. Bam, bait. Even Nylis, please, bring the spring. Yeah, By the way, character switching is allowed in this, so anybody can switch. Nylis is just, he's saying it. He's saying, I want the Springman. I want the Springman. It's 7-4, I want the Springman. This is what Nylis is doing. He said, if you're not going to play Spring, I'm going to play Spring. He's using the same arms. And he's got a better deflect, by the way. He's got a much better deflect. Why JK hasn't got a nade on, I don't know. I don't think there was a rule of switching characters. I think you can just play whatever you want. I think this is more Nylis telling him, I want you to play Springman. It's not going well for you. I am literally kicking your ass, go Springman. If you're not going to do it, I'm going to beat you with your own character. That to me is just what it sounds like, or what it looks like. And, I mean, he gets one confirmed. Oh, okay. I think the rush actually might have been a little bit too far away there. Look at this. He's beating him with his own character. Nylis looking to go up 8-4. What a huge lead. This is the lead I virtually had against Riffer and then lost 10-9. Because I choked. But that's a story for a different day. But I do like this. Even Nylis is playing such a better neutral as well than he was before. Even with the deflect. Right? Take the deflect out of it, he's moving better than he was before. Obviously because he has a dog and his movement's obviously not as good. But now, just because he's got red mask does not mean that that tribal is ineffective, because it gives them such a little weird brief stun where you can react to it, and I'm pretty sure you can like get a block in or something. Still no nade. Yeah, I agree. If I was Nylis right now, I would have whipped out the double nade. I don't even care. Whip out the nade. You were more than happy to use it in the first, like, what, 6 games? Use it now. Gotta keep going. And that tribal, especially against heavies, can do so much damage because, you know, it's kind of one of those things that just kind of creeps in. Look at that. Bait it again. Look, yeah, you take 60 from it, and you take that as a win because you get the knockdown, in my opinion. Like, you get the knockdown, you move in, you close in. He's leaving the yellow mask on. He's just trying to build that rush up quick because that could be a difference maker. But Nylis is literally one hit away, or one charge tri-bolt away. The rest probably, you know. And it's 8-4. It's 8-4. It's 8-4. 8-4. It's 8-4. Spring. Man. Spring man. Okay, now I'm going to take Sparring off. So we're left at the moment. We're left with DNA, Via, Ninja College, and Mausoleum. So, but I will add as we go back on. Spring man. So just bring out. I want the Spring. No, watch, because he'll bring the Spring man out now and he'll lose. Let's see if he brings the Spring man out. He's refusing. He's refusing. Nylis is sticking with the Spring man. Nylis is sticking with the Spring man. It's 8-4. Nylis is just in his head. He's in his head right now. He's like, I can beat you with your own character. It don't matter. He's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. I don't care. He's in his head. This is turning into a walkover. It don't matter. Nylis is like, bring whatever character you want. I'm gonna beat you with your own character. I'm gonna beat you with your original main. It don't bother me. I'm gonna do it on any map. Use whatever arms you want. It don't matter. I'm gonna beat you. Now, I will say, if you're gonna use a character like Springman, don't do all the short hops and weird stuff, man. You don't need to. So I think when it comes to Springman, you should always be deflecting. I know I've seen a lot of high-level Springmans that kind of just hop around the place, and it's like, you have a deflect, man. You ain't really got much else. Use the deflect. Yeah, that's, you know what? That's actually exactly what it is as well. I think JK is now under, you know, the thing. He now has to perform. So yeah, he is getting frustrated. This map is great for Coil, by the way. Coil, I love playing Coil with this map. It's wonderful. JK getting his first round in what, forever? Oh, Nylis is bringing out the double gloves. Nylis is lit. Oh, he's tempting him. He's like, oh, I'm gonna bring out the double gloves then. This actually. Now, thinking about it, I've played against JK for a long time. And he is actually decent. Very much so decent at dealing with the double gloves. But Nylis isn't used to using the double gloves. I don't even think Nylis knows what a glove is. I never ever thought I would see Nylis use a double roaster Springman in all my life. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely too janky. But JK making a statement there saying I'm not going down without a fight. But now we're going to take off a slopey map. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because Nylis needs two sets. He needs 2 sets. But he's getting angry. He's getting a bit of fire on him. That's what we need to see. We need to see him get... You know, he needs to keep going. He needs... Nylis is saying, choose it. He's in the Discord. He's saying, choose the Spring Man. Pick the Spring Man. And he's not picking the Spring Man because he's like, nah, I don't need your Spring Man. JK saying, I don't need the Spring Man. I can do it with Mango. But he couldn't even do it against the Pepper. So he's saying, he's tempted him. He's saying, I'm going with the double glove. I'm going with the spring. Deflect, Nylis. Use a deflect. You have a deflect. Use it, please. But anyway, as we go. Now, this, okay, because obviously you can catch out like an uncharged glove. Now this is where I don't really know who the pillars benefit in this situation. None of them have really cared for the pillars at any point. I guess because you've got the curved arm, it may work a bit more for you. But that being said, you know, good little dash under there. If he had just activated that from where he was and not moved forward, that slam would have hit him. So that's good situational awareness to know, I've got enough time to dash under and finish this rush because his arm's still going to be out, right? So that's a good thing now. So Nylis has the health lead, but Mango does have rush. So this is where Nylis literally just has to... In my opinion, if I'm Nylis, I'm just deflecting. I'm not even trying to really hit you because I can just build up my rush, deflect, and I'll catch you out with something because that's going to frustrate JK a lot more, I think. Solid little movement there. It's going to kill him though. And that's the one thing, right, Nylis has been caught out with this entire first attempt. Getting caught by rushes like that. Every single rush like that. But let's see what he does. Catches him with a nice little rush there. He's bringing out... Okay, so he's brought back the... what's it? The bolt and the slap, which is good. I think that was working really well for him. I'd have personally brought out the roaster and the... Actually, you know what? Maybe the roaster and the tribal might have worked a bit better. But yeah, definitely too greedy. That's a big problem that I've noticed with Nylis is that he feels like he can win this without rush at a lot of times, or he's just thinking, oh, well, I'm going to get out of this situation, and that's not how it works. He is getting some nice knockdowns, but he needs to keep going. Well, I feel like the blue mask is just obsolete when it comes to JK, because he very rarely uses it. But... now, this situation, in theory, should benefit Nylis. He's in comeback mode. He's in little brass man mode, I should say. Little brass man mode. He has rush. It's not going to kill. It's not his magical kick. So, oh, and he gets caught out, man. You know what, right? I get what he tried to do there. And I respect it. I respect what he tried to do there. But that was very unfortunate to get clipped like that. So, JK on a two streak at the minute. He's on a 2 streak at the minute. Now, on JK right now. Wait, what was your prediction again? 10-7, wasn't it? So it's 8-5. I said 10-5. So I'm hoping Nylis goes back to biting bar. But it's 8-6. Oh, okay, well, my prediction's out the window, people. My prediction's out the window. It's 8-6. Nylis needs 2. JK needs 4. Okay, yes. DNA comes off. We are left with Via and we are left with Mausoleum. Nylis needs 2, JK needs 4. My prediction has already gone out the window, so it's not a big deal. And we go to Via Dolce. A map that I don't personally enjoy, but a lot of people do. Considered to be very aggressive, along with Sparring Ring, which I am, you know, yes and or no, because of how weirdly shaped it is, I guess. Now, keeping JK in the corner will be very good here for Nylis. And actually, I think this map is actually not that bad for anyone, really. Because once you've got someone in the corner, it doesn't really matter who it is, you can really just keep them down. Literally just catch them out of a couple of things and half their health's good. I actually think this is a really good map for Bite and Bark, and I think it is also a good map for Misango. Especially when, you know, he's got the red mask on. Blue mask can be a little bit more difficult because of how, like, you know, this map doesn't really help characters like Foil or Cobra who are so movement heavy. So, aggressiveness in the corner, but it can also work with anyone, right? So, in a way, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're someone in that corner of this map, it could just benefit you. Oh, my apologies. So, 8-6, Nylis is up a round. He takes this round, he needs one more. He takes this set, he needs one more. So. Oh, and see, that's the problem with tri-rushes, is that you can get clipped out, especially after the last patch, where they made the rushes a lot more inconsistent. Still an amazing arm, hella inconsistent rush though, which is unfortunate. But we'll go back and forth now. Right. Nylis catching him out, that's huge, because that takes away the yellow mark, right? And now he's pushed him into the corner, he's on Bark's head. He's still got rush. This is not looking good for JK. But this is where he's trying to force it out. He needs to just play slow. He needs one hit, right? One hit and he's one game away from winning the first to 10, just like that. One hit. I think Nylis' let down in this is when, like I just said then, when he tries to go in too much. It's good to know the balance between when to go in and when to not, and when just to play neutral. And Nylis never seems to get any of it right, except playing the neutral. But could this be the last map? We go to Mausoleum regardless. Let's see if Nylis can take this 10-6. Nylis needs one more to win it. And honestly, what a showing it's been from him as well. JK, on the rounds he has won, he has shown a little bits of different things here and there. But he's not been too consistent with what he's trying to do. And I think that's been his biggest letdown. We've seen no arm changes from anyone. So yes, they have stayed consistent with the arms that they feel most comfortable with. But I would have liked to have seen a big change up in arms. Even if it's just a couple of arms here and there. I guess we saw Nylis on the roster. I guess. And I guess we saw the Spring Man. Now this map has a trampoline in the middle. Now, there's a lot of people that don't like this map because there's a trampoline in the middle. And all I'm going to say is that this map is brilliant because it goes from an offensive map, then the trampoline comes out, and it becomes a defensive map. And if you can't adapt to that, then ban it when you're in a tournament. That's all I'm going to say. Just use it as one of your bans. Like, I always ban scrap. You will never, ever, ever catch me on a scrapyard in my life. Unless Riffa takes me to scrapyard because I'm banning DNA and Temple. That is it. That's the only other time you'll see me on a scrapyard. But, anyway, we're back in. Nylis is one round away from taking this, and that first round was very dominant. He sat in his face. He did what he wanted to do, and it worked, right? Caught him out with some nice grabs. Just as the pillar was coming up, he was able to get around it. Lovely little 1-2s there as well with the, oh, look at this. This beautiful. This is going really well for Nylis. JK, Nylis is in his head, man. Nylis is like, I'm the best player. I'm better than you. He's in his head. And that's it. That's it. That's it. Nylis takes it 10-6 over JK. And there was just a number of things I'd hoped JK would have done differently, but he stuck with his guns and he wanted to play Misango. They just so everybody knows, right? I just go based off what is happening in the game. Both of these players are world class. They're both amazing EU players. They are both fantastic players. So, yeah. Fair play to both of them. Congrats to Nylis. What a game. GG's. That mutt needs to be put down. Nylis. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to do a first to two with me. And we will just do a couple games and then we will probably head off. It's what it's 1-1. It is. But yeah, technically, big old technically it's 1-1. He actually does Nylis, to be fair, I'm pretty sure Nylis was unfortunate the last time, but this time he came back strong. He was like, no, I'm doing it. But Nylis, JK isn't as active as he used to be, but he is still a fantastic player, and when he does come back to play, it is good to see. Alistair, I want the first to 10 when you are wired, my friend. When you have a wired connection, then I will play you in a first to 10. As soon as you're wired, let me know. And yeah. Still no spring ditto. I'll spring ditto you. I'll spring ditto you. I will spring ditto you. I will play the spring ditto. With just gloves. Just glove spring ditto. There we go. We have a bot. I can't. Yes, there is a bot in the chat, by the way. Can people? I don't know if there's any mods here to delete them. But yes, me and Nylis are going to do a wacky. Nothing. No wacky. I'm literally going to play hella boring and show people actually how to play Springman. There we go. Whiff a grab. Oh, get caught out, because that is also the other upside to that is also the other, you know, if you can read a deflect, it can really work in your favor. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. See, you will very rarely not catch me like playing an uncharged arm with springing. Oh, he actually put that back on. Nice. I haven't seen a spring ditto since Frank played against someone in America. That was probably the last time I saw a spring ditto. There we go, catch him out. Ooh! He had enough time to react to that. Get the grab in, with the grab, and catch him. Nice, see, look how much meter I built just from that one little interaction. I am never... Nine issues aimbot. I am never in my life going to main bite and bark. Couldn't even pay me to do that. There we go. Chiller is such a good arm. This is peak performance of Springman Joe. There we go. Rush. Thank you. Oh wow, I didn't actually expect to get clipped there, but I still won the rush trade, I guess. Also, a little tip for people that don't know, if you push back when you try to grab, it will grab up. Or grab more up. Believe it or not, you'd be surprised at how many people don't know that. But you learn something new every day. Grab that. That's game. That's game. Double glove spring man for y'all. Double glove spring man for y'all.
Oh yes. Yeah, baby.
Actually, I will put on. Nothing. I'm not gonna put on anything. We go again. Just a short little first to two, and that's that. Are you on about the up grab, Yoshi? Obviously, I play on Pro Controller, so I don't actually know how. I'm the same as you. I don't actually know how that works. Maybe Riffer can help a bit. He's played a bit of motion. This isn't going well. Ah! I'm so out of it. Roasters are just too fast for me now. They require too much accuracy, and I just don't like it. Always catch the movement. So like, when I throw both arms like that, that is more so me just trying to catch a hard read that he's just gonna go that way. And 9 out of 10, you really won't, you know, get out of both of those. You know, you may like dodge one, but like chances are you won't dodge both. Yeah, no, roasters have very minuscule homing. It's not a lot though, like compared to the toaster, which has a lot more homing. We did his first attending count. Oh, we were going on about so you know, like the up grab like this, how you do it on motion. Well, because I don't play motion, and Yoshi was wondering, and I know that you have dabbled with motion before, so I've seen if you maybe knew. Oh, okay. Okay, well, that answers your question, Yoshi. Oh, nice read on the jump there. Flip him out of the air. Oh, there we go. My favourite thing comes out now. Now I'm gonna play a really dry game and just run around. This is how you piss off people. Now, if that slap had gone the other way and not that way, I think he would have won that. And just like that, that's also what you can do with those grabs. Kind of go over the arm. But yeah. GG's to Nylis. And great first to 10 to everybody. Appreciate everybody coming and listening to my fantastically annoying commentary. I hope everybody had fun. I hope everybody watched Nylis beat Mango. I'm hoping Mango adapts the next time they play and brings out the Spring Man. I hope. But a fantastic show from Nylis. He really understands how Bite and Bark works and how you should play Bite and Bark. So yeah, very good showing there from Nylis. I think we're ending stream there. I don't actually know, because I am just on commentary. But yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I kind of did one there. But yeah, great. Like I said, great showing from both. There will be, so overall on the first to 10s, that makes it 1-1 technically, right? That makes it 1 apiece. So they will have to have another one for next time. I appreciate everybody stopping by, having a lot of fun. It's fun to do these kinds of things, especially to hear a different player's perspective on kind of what's going on. I see a lot of people commentating these days that haven't really got a clue about the game. So when you've got someone a bit more knowledgeable, not only about the game, but when you have it a lot more knowledgeable about the scene that they're in, is also a lot more fun to see. But yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. Big up EU Arms. I think there's an EU AC this Sunday. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can use !Discord. I think, don't quote me on this. And it will come up with the EU Arms Discord. Come down, come have some fun. World-class players. We have tons of people here wanting to play friendlies and help people improve their game. We have okay, my apologies, not this week on the EUAC, it's the week after. But yeah, loads of wonderful people, lots of people giving it their all, and you know, you always get someone going the distance every week. So yeah, Benny, come join. Yeah, Benny, come join. I mean, show JK how to play. Show him how to play that mango, man. Bro, come down. And yes, we're on a PR break. So if I'm correct, the PR will be out soon, as soon as it's done and it's up. And then, yeah, 2 days and you beat me. Yeah, 2 days. We'll do a first to 10 if you want, and if you're lucky, you'll take a game or two. If you're lucky, JK. If you're lucky. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming down. Like I said, big up everybody in the chat, all the regulars, all the top players, wonderful people, Nylis and JK. Obviously, Yoshi coming down, Riffa. Thank you for Matthias for streaming as well. Sadly, my capture card died, so I don't know what's going on with that. Ali's in the chat, everybody. Benny as well. Come on in, Benny. Mister as well. I think that's one of JK's friends. Yeah, but yeah, thanks to everyone. And we'll see you again soon.